Hello. I wanted to show you guys my paintings. I got them in Colombia from a local artist. I just think they are so beautiful and they perfectly complement my vibe. And I love it. So let's get centered. We're doing Oracle and Tarot today. Pick a pile. So let's get into it. I'm gonna play this bowl and we're just gonna take 3 deep breaths in through the nose, hold, and full exhales, like letting it out with a sigh, okay? Receive what is meant to be received at this time, whatever is for the highest good. Bless. Okay, I'm gonna put this aside now. I'm feeling a little bit more low energy today, but still in my joy, and I'm still feeling peace, I'm feeling my Pisces moon today a lot. I'm in Aries with a Pisces moon. But anyways, let's get into the first pile, which is, you know what, let me show you all 3 first so that you can decide which card resonates with you. And then in the description, you can jump to whichever one resonates. So this is the first card, the 7 Star Sisters. Birthing creations. Second card, second pile, Breath of the Cosmos. I surrender my will to thy will. This card is all about surrendering to trusting the universe. See how she's surrendered and she's a part of this cosmic whole. He or she. Loosen your grip is the third card. So if you're feeling this one, if this is resonating with you, if you feel that you've been gripping onto something that is no longer serving, then this would be your pile, my love. Let God in. So, those are the 3. If you picked the 7 Star Sisters, then this reading is for you. And I actually want to get into the guidebook a tiny bit for this oracle card because it says some really beautiful stuff. And I just want to read it for you. But yeah, this card is asking, what new creations are you being called to birth? Creativity and intuition come from the same sacred place. They occur when we find ourselves flowing with the rest of life. Earth is renowned as a planet of manifestation and creativity, and yet so many of us have forgotten how to create. Somewhere along the way, we stopped seeing ourselves as artists, as creatives, as poets. Yet to be human is to be creative. Creativity is a part of your true nature. I love that. Yeah, a lot of us were so creative as kids, and somewhere along the way, our light got dimmed along with our creative power. And that completely ties into this reading, because the first card that came out is the Six of Cups. And you see that little girl. She's in so much awe. She's looking at those butterflies like, wow, how is this even real? How beautiful that the universe created something so gorgeous for me to rest my eyes on. And the Four of Wands. So to me, I'm getting that you're tapping into some inner child creativity. Maybe there's some stuff that used to light you up when you were a kid, and maybe there's a little bit of nostalgia around that right now, but in a really positive way. But this is showing me that you're stepping into your divine creatrix. You're stepping into creativity again, and you're excited to step into your self-expression again. And you have the foundation to do so with the Four of Wands. You see, you have the foundation and the stability and the safety within you so that you can feel the inspiration to create. It's the perfect circumstances. It's the perfect fertile ground for you to create. And then we have the Three of Swords reversed with the Eight of Cups. So you may have gone through a loss, but you're in an energy right now where you're recovering and you've healed. Like you're coming out of that period of sadness or of grief or of heartbreak, and you're realizing there's so much more out there for me. And this loss actually was in service to you seeking deeper alignment, because you realized that this was not in alignment. This was not helping you. And now you're in a space where you're like, the possibilities are endless. And you feel strong enough emotionally to move on from what may have hindered you in the past, hindered your creativity. And you're saying, this life is so wondrous, and I'm ready to embark on a new journey with my creative force. And that's really beautiful. And you have the perfect foundation to start tapping into that energy right now. That's beautiful. I love it. That inner child healing. It's like when we finally heal our inner child through something, or, you know, parts of it. We're never fully healed, but sometimes a situation comes in our lives and it pains us, but it also uncovers an inner child wound that we've had for so long. And once we can uncover that, we can alchemize it and we can bring light to it. And then we can get deeper in touch with that little child within us that just wants to play, that just wants to create, that just wants to be free, that just wants to express. So that's a beautiful energy, and I'm happy for you that you're tapping into that right now. You might want to dance. See, maybe you like to dance as a kid, but I love that. Okay. Pile 2. Moving forward. Breath of the Cosmos. I'm actually going to read a little bit too from this one. I'm going to do all of them, because I just love this little guidebook. It's so cute. I need to find the page. Okay, Breath of the Cosmos. When we rely only on our own will, we are micromanaging the universe and resisting the natural flow of life. So this is a call to trust the divine mystery. The divine mystery that life is. Do we truly even know what's going on? We can pretend. None of us know what's actually happening. This is so mysterious, this life. I'm willing, this is the activation. I'm willing to stop relying on my own strength and personal agenda and instead surrender to the breath of life. Dear God, help me move from my will to thy will. That's like sentence of the day. I love that sentence. My will to thy will. Please lead me. Please show me the way. Okay, my bad. I had to pause because I got a phone call. But anyways, let's continue on with this reading. Surrendering your will to the divine force that you cannot see, but that you can feel. So what's going on here with the Queen of Laurels reversed and the Two of Wands reversed? It feels as though, and I'm going to use that word again, micromanaging the universe, because with the Queen of Pentacles reversed is kind of telling me that you may be in an energy where you're just overdoing it to the point of exhaustion. You may be trying to take on all these responsibilities yourself and not really asking for help. And maybe you're a little bit cut off from receiving. And it's like when we're constantly outputting energy and outputting force and trying to control everything, we can become really exhausted and we can forget how to nurture ourselves and how to take care of our physical bodies, of our hearts, of our souls, right? And this can cause a very big misalignment if we continue to operate in that energy of... So, I mean, if you're like a businesswoman or a businessman, or you try to take care of everything on your own, this might be a call to delegate. This might be a call to ask for help. Whatever it is that you're going through, this might be a call to let people in, to let God in, to maybe let yourself receive help from the divine in whichever way the divine wants to give it to you. This can be through a person, through an angel, through a guide. But yeah, with the Two of Wands reversed, it's like you have the power in your hands. You have the power. And you want to move forward, but it's almost like you can't move forward when your cup is empty. You can't find direction when you're depleted. And with the King of Wands here, it's like you have the power within you. You're not supposed to be taking on all these responsibilities. You're a person that has deep gifts in leadership. Maybe you're supposed to do less work. Maybe you're supposed to delegate. Maybe you're supposed to hire an assistant. Maybe you're supposed to just loosen your control on an outcome and decide, I'm going to take care of myself And that doesn't mean that I can't be successful. Those two can exist at the same time. I don't have to be exhausted to be successful. And this is a big wake-up call that you're having right now. You may have lived in survival for a long time. You may have lived in a paradigm where you felt like you had to hustle to get what you want. And that paradigm is completely dissolving with the Judgment card here. And you're waking up to the truth. See, that's you. And that's spirit waking you the fuck up and saying, girl, guy, empress, emperor, king, queen, wake up to your power. Wake up to your power, because this is you. You're supposed to be on your throne, thriving. You're not supposed to be exhausted. Okay? You're deeply ambitious. And you don't have to do it all by yourself. Okay? It's okay to slow down. It's okay to trust. It's okay to trust other people. It's okay to open up and receive help. Okay? Yeah, this is a wake-up call here. You are realizing that the way that you've been doing things is not sustainable anymore. And that in order to create a sustainable long-term success, you have to tap into that King of Wands energy where you're the boss. You're not the boss and the whole crew of employees. No, you're the boss. Okay? And you're waking up to your power. But this is a decision that you have to make, and you've been stalling this decision by micromanaging everything. So this is really a call to make that choice and stay devoted to that choice. I'm choosing it today and I'm not turning back, period. Okay? I got a little serious on you. Okay, but like, come on. Like, you got this, okay? God is here. Surrender your will to God. Surrender your ambitions to God. Surrender your ideas to God. Ask God, hey, I have this idea. Hey, I want to do this. How do we do it? How can you help me do this? I don't want to do it alone. How can you help me do this without burning myself out? How can I delegate? How can I preserve my energy, but get just as much done? There's always a way. You just have to make the decision, okay? All right, good luck. And I know you got this, okay? I know you got this. You're the King of Wands. I'm not worried about you, okay? You're waking up. All right, third pile, loosen your grip, okay? So actually there's a really beautiful quote here from Buddha, I believe. Yes. The Buddha said, you can only lose what you cling to. You can only lose what you cling to. It's not a loss if you're not attached to it. A Course in Miracles, beautiful book, highly recommend, tells us whatever we leave empty, grace will fill. Whatever we leave empty, grace will fill. It's okay to be empty for a moment, to empty out all that doesn't serve. Because sooner than later, grace is right around the corner, ready to fill your heart back up with deeper alignment and deeper truth. But that takes trust. And that takes loosening your grip on suffering, loosening your grip on attachment, and loosening your grip onto what no longer serves you. Sometimes we're so used to something we can't even tell that it's not serving us and that it's not good for us. But this is a call to allow a realization that you need to loosen your grip on something, okay? Is there anything else here? And don't be afraid to be vulnerable. It says the things we cling to often cover up our most vulnerable space. So you might be feeling very, very, very vulnerable at this moment, and I want to hold space for that. And I also want to encourage you to surrender and to loosen your grip, because this is a threshold. And what's on the other side is a lot more beautiful than you think. You're fearing what's on the other side by gripping to what already has expired. Okay. We have the Tower reversed. So the Tower reversed is obviously signifying that there is an old way, an old structure that you are realizing is no longer working. But it feels as though you have some resistance to this realization, or you're delaying that. You're delaying coming to terms with that and deeply accepting that something is over and something needs to end in order to be rebuilt. And with the 10 of Pentacles reversed, this has something to do with your foundation, with your safety, with your money. Maybe it has to do with a project that is just, you know, it didn't really go your way, or you feel like it wasn't as successful as you wished it had been. And sometimes when we run into something like that, we can't go to that place of, oh, I'm such a failure, I shouldn't try again, or I should try to keep making this work even though clearly it's not working, you know? And it feels as though you're in your head about it a lot and you feel trapped in your mind. And when we're gripping onto something so heavily and not allowing it to dissolve, we stay trapped. And that is a choice. That is a choice, to stay trapped in something, in a mental loop, okay? And this is a call to allow vulnerability in and to say, you know what, actually, yeah, I do feel disappointed. I was wanting to build something long-lasting and beautiful, and it didn't go my way, and I am sad. But this foundation is not working. And I can't overthink it or justify it or pretend that it's working anymore. You can't pretend that it's working anymore. And it feels like in this overthinking energy, you're so focused on what went wrong that you can't see that there's something new being offered to you at this time. Because you haven't loosened your grip. You haven't loosened your grip on what went wrong, and you're ruminating about it. Ruminating about what it means about you. But don't make it mean anything about you. You're powerful. You are powerful. And you want to build something strong and long-lasting and fruitful and beautiful. And that's a beautiful vision to have for your life. Okay? And you're not noticing that you're focusing on all of this sadness here and all of these crazy thoughts when there's a beautiful new opportunity for you, a beautiful new emotional experience, a beautiful new idea on how to rebuild. So this is really a call to allow the old to crumble, to release the negative thoughts, to empty yourself of what no longer serves you. And in that emptiness, God will fill you, and you will be presented with something new. And yeah, I feel your heart, okay? And sometimes when we grip on to these thoughts and make a situation that didn't work out mean something about us, it can completely delay a shift that is trying to transform you. So this is a call to let God in, to let the universe in, to let spirit in. Let it into your emotional experience. Let it into your journey. Maybe lean into prayer if you feel called to. And just fall into the arms. Fall into the arms of the universe. You are safe. You are held. If that feels true. Allow yourself to co-create with spirit. Anyway, that was a reading. And I'm really grateful to be here, to be sharing and expressing and sharing these beautiful messages. I have so many decks and this is so much fun for me. And if you love this video, if you want to continue watching these videos, you're open to subscribe. And if this resonated, I would love to hear any comments. Yeah. Anyways, I will see you in the next video. And sending you off with lots of love. Peace.